In my earlier years as an SAP consultant, it became apparent that many organizations who implemented SAP were using very little of what they'd bought and paid for. The greater the inability to implement standard SAP functionality and the best business practices built into SAP, the more organizations found themselves customizing their own transactions and management reports within SAP. This becomes very evident when one looks at the number of Z transactions and reports, as well as the number of Excel spreadsheets that appear when teams share information in meetings. We often joke about how some organizations have SAP while others have ZAP. More than a decade ago, I started developing methodologies to help organizations move into the integrated business processes that the existing functionality has to offer, and the impact that standard process integration techniques add to the bottom line. As I introduced these techniques to existing SAP clients, it soon became apparent that very few organizations had realized the value that the existing functionality had to offer. I soon found myself presenting these techniques at conferences and at major events around the United States and the rest of the world. The most common response I received from audiences was, "We had no idea that we even had this functionality." I've worked with clients around the world and across all industries who are over the moon with what their system is able to do for their business now that they've been introduced to the standard management tools and reports that have been there from the start. More concerning is the number of organizations who believe more technology with expensive interfaces and license fees is the silver bullet solution to their poor data and the inventory challenges. The greatest reward for me is seeing someone's eyes light up when we introduce them to the functionality and tools they already own. And they're immediately aware of how much value this will add to their day and their organization's value. One of the most common surprises is when organizations are introduced to inventory graphs that exist for every item that moves through their inventory management system. I've had consultants stand up in a conference presentation and ask if what I was showing is true, because they'd never seen these graphs in all their years as an implementation consultant. If you have not seen these graphs that are standard in your system, then it's good to know what to look for and where to find them. The graphs are just a sample of how one of the standard SAP information opportunities will make a difference to your supply chain and inventory management value.